So guys, welcome back to the channel. I've not got many fishing sessions left really, so for those of you who don't know, 29th of July I'm due a baby, so I have a fishing session left this month and we're doing it here at the Pluck again, and I have another session next month, and then that is me done until a couple months after baby. So I'm making the most of it. So we're here for a family trip this time, and God, I've been excited about this one. My stepkids, they haven't been carp fishing properly before. They've just been on a little pleasure lake, you know, fishing for little rudd and roach. So we're gonna really do it good this time and hopefully bag a couple of big ones for them to look at. We're just unloading the gear, and when I get back down to the swim and camp is set, then I will show you camp. So we've got some tents, we've got some bivvies, we've got a bit of all sorts, so I'll see you down there. How's it going? So we're here, I finally got the rods out. I'm in peg one, got my bivvy out, got base camp over there, so I've got my missus and my two stepkids with me. They're just watching their tablets and, you know, doing what kids do, and finally not driving us nuts and running about the place. So let's just flip. So my right hand rod is just fished over to the left of those reeds down there. This middle rod here is fished over towards that boulder right there, and then this rod is fished out just off the edge of the lilies there. I didn't want to go too close just in case I decided to leave it for the night. I don't want to fish too tight to those lilies at night. Those kids are still out there screaming their heads off. But yeah, no no beeps, no nothing yet, but they've only been in the water sort of 10 minutes. It's now 8:15 at night. 8:15 at night, and we got here at 5:15. So that's 3 hours ago. It's taken us this long to get all this kit set up. So yeah, it's just a case of waiting now really. I haven't really seen any fish in the 3 hours that we've been here, but to be fair, I have had my head down trying to get everything done. You know, having to set that one up, set this one up. I've gone out with PVA bags on all three, 3 large PVA bags too, that, you know, proper fist size. And I'm hoping that if I do recast in a couple of hours, you know, and then a couple of hours after that, there'll be a couple of blobs of bait down. If the fish aren't here, then they can come in and have a couple of piles of bait free. You know, if I didn't get a bite straight away. But yeah, the moon is out. I think it won't be too far off having a full moon. We're really close. I think it's Sunday night we're due a full moon, so that's quite nice. I like fishing with a full moon. The sun is just dropped, got a few gnarly looking clouds. I haven't really checked the air pressure yet, but yeah, just gotta wait and see if these rods do something. I'll go through the bait tomorrow. I'm just gonna get my head down and just chill for a little bit, and I'll probably only update you now if I get a fish. Other than that, it's gonna be in the morning. But everything's set up, bait set up, net set up, the cradle and camera stuff is all set up, rods are in. Yeah, so it's about time to chill. We brought everything in the kitchen sink. So there's mine. I'm sleeping here because it's close to the rods, and I don't want my receiver waking the kiddies up late at night. But I'm gonna have a cup of tea in a minute. But this is base camp, right, darling? So quickly sneak in. They're in there watching their tablet. So the missus is sleeping. We got quite a lot of stuff here, but it'll all have its uses, especially when it's a sort of family camping trip. Yeah, so the next update will be if we get a fish. If not, then it's going to be morning. So wish me luck. Hopefully I have a fish grace the net. So it has fished well as well, to be fair. Quite a few lakes have been shut in the area. Due to spawning. I've seen no signs of spawning, no crashing up there in the shallows. There's been no crashing, so I'm hoping that they're not near it here. It is still cold in the nights, but that hasn't stopped lakes just down the road like the Fen Rod from spawning. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping that it's not going to happen. They could start spawning, to be fair, they really could, but yeah, I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. Otherwise it'll be pretty much rods reeled in and it'll just be a camping trip then. Or I may even have a go for some silvers and some sweet corn, and I brought the little rod just on the top there, just in case that happens, so something to keep the kids busy. But yeah, I think a guy a couple of days ago had 8 fish out, so hopefully they're still feeding and they still want it, but we'll soon see. So until then, I'll see you on the next update. Caught in a PVA bag. Let me just turn this head torch off. Caught in a PVA bag. Nice little scaly mirror, but good rip. I was fishing the fixed inline, so oh god, that splashed me a bit. I was fishing the fixed inline, so it's a right old fighter this is. So on the take, the inline slid up. There was no beads or knots or anything like that to keep it, so if the line broke it would just come away. Let's have a look at the other side. There it is. Lovely fish. So yeah, it was on the PVA bag. With Midtown Decimate and Midtown Invasion. A proper scrapper this one. It come in really quick, so I'm not surprised it's still got energy. There's quite a lot of water in this cradle. But yeah, it come in super quick. It literally in 5 was a couple of minutes. And there she is again. But yeah, Midtown baits, Decimate crumb, Invasion crumb, and some of the Midtown PVA bag mix pellets, where they're like a couple of different varieties of pellets, and the maximum size of 3mm. So perfect for a PVA bag mix. When I first got here, I did put 3 casts out, but nothing. And then around 8:30, I'd done a recast on all 3. There was plenty of fish showing. God, this thing's absolutely beating me up here. There's quite a few fish showing. I wasn't getting a bite, so I refreshed them. Same spots, but just fresh bag, fresh hook baits. I was just in the process of tying some more up in the bivvy in case I got a run, but the run came before I managed to finish them, so it'll be probably 10-15 minutes by the time I finish tying up these bags, and then I'll get the rod back out and hopefully another one. It's a right hand rod. It's the same spot that I had 4 fish off on my last session, even though I've been seeing fish over my left hand rod a lot, flipping by the lilies. I haven't managed to hook one yet, but this one's rattled off. And it's a brilliant start to the night, so hopefully we'll have a few more. And it's a really nice fish actually, lovely scales on it. Not the biggest of fish, but welcome all the same. So we're going to get this one back, and hopefully get a cast out pretty soon and bag another one, because there's still time. So that's brilliant. Next time you'll hear from me now is the morning, unless I get another cracker like this. So, how's it going? It's super early. Just had another bite on the right hand rod. It's currently in the net. We'll have a look at it now. Just a common, probably £15, maybe a shade under, scraper 15. Yeah, super chuffed about it. It's always nice to get bites. I just heard some nice fish crashing out in open water, so I'm excited to see if they draw a little bit closer to me. So again, PVA bag on the invasion wafter with a little maggot topper, with the bait booster spray. So yeah, that's nice. That's 2 fish now, and I only arrived here at 4:45 on yesterday evening. Well, it's obviously not 24 hours, but we're into the second day, early morning of the second day. But yeah, 4:45 yesterday. I got here, had a bite by 8:30ish. No, 10:30, sorry. Had a bite by 10:30. I started fishing at 8:30. Bite by 10:30. And I've had another one now early morning, so we're going to keep that one. I'm going to pop it in the sling, and we're going to take a good look at it tomorrow. Well, I'll say tomorrow, in the morning, in a few hours. Well, no, it's not even a few hours, it'll probably be light shortly, in about an hour. But yeah, so I'm going to sort that out, get it in a sling. The hook's all out, rod I put back out. So I've got 3 rods on the spots now. I'm still a bit tired, to be honest with you. It was a hell of a drag getting everything sorted and getting everything set up. So yeah, just, hopefully get another hour's kit before the light comes up. But yeah, I'm really tired, but really nice to get bites, you know. It's, I was kind of dreading it, thinking, oh, they're going to be spawning, and well, they're still on the munch, so never know, might get another bite again. But I'm here for a few days. I'm here till Monday evening. It's now early Saturday morning, so we've still got all day of Saturday night, all day Sunday night, and all day Monday, so we've still got plenty of fishing time, and we're 2 fish down already. So I'm just hoping some of the bigger fish for this venue anyway pop up. There's quite a few mid-20s. I think there's maybe 1 or possibly 2 upper 20s, but it'd be nice to get amongst a couple of 20s. Yeah, that first fish that I had, obviously just vlogging today, so that first fish I had, it was nice because I got the missus come out to see. It's the first fish she's seen me have. It's the same with my stepson, so it's really nice for them to come out and share that moment. But yeah, it's time to see if I can get another hour's kit. Hi guys, you alright? So morning update. Had 3 fish in total from last night to the early hours of this morning. Mirror we returned, which you've probably seen, and this brace of commons I had early hours of the morning. So we'll take a look at the biggest. This is probably a little shy of 20. And this one was caught on the left-hand rod. It's the only fish so far that I've caught outside of the right-hand spot in both of my sessions. So I've had 7 fish so far from this lake, and 6 of them have been over there, and 1 has been over on the lilies, and that was this one. It got stuck. It was quite a long battle. Got stuck in the lilies. I had to try and apply a little bit of pressure, and that didn't work. So then I slackened off, and eventually popped out enough for me just to pick the line off one of the lily stems, and he eventually come free. So yeah, I haven't weighed them yet, but this one's probably just shy of 20, I'd imagine. He's quite a fat chunk, quite a belly on him, but maybe lowest of 18, I don't know, but we'll weigh him up, and I'll let you know at a later time the sizes of these, but beautiful all the same. And then the other one is slightly smaller, not much, but just slightly. a little bit more scarred up. There's the other one. Absolutely stunning. The lake looked beautiful this morning with all the mist coming off it. It's gone a little bit quiet now. I was expecting a bite around first light, just on first light, which wasn't that long ago actually. The sun was only just started to rise, but that didn't happen. I reeled in my rods, put new bags on at about 6 o'clock, and my right hand rod had no bait on it. The wafter had been pulled off, so I don't know what that was all about. But yeah, new bags went back out. And I'm just going to sit on my hands for a couple of hours and see if I can hook out another one. But that's 3 fish so far of the session. 1 mirror, 2 commons, and you know, we've still got all of today, all of tonight, all of tomorrow night, and we're going home Monday evening. So, we might have a bite there. Yeah, we've got a bite. So that was a false alarm. I think I was a bit of a savage liner. I did reel, didn't connect. I was going to pass the rod to my missus to play it whilst I put these fish back in the water, but there was nothing there, so I've just left that now. So I'll I'll sort that in a minute. And this cradle is full of water. I fill the cradle with water so they can sit there quite nicely. So we're going to get these fish weighed and released. And by the look of that, we could possibly have some fish in the area. That was my middle rod, believe it or not. I haven't had much activity on that at all. So we're going to get these fish weighed and put back, and just have some breakfast now with the missus and the kids. And yeah, exciting stuff. See you on the next episode. Smallest of the two. I've got to check that I haven't had this before, because I recognise the last common I had a cyst on its tail. But away she goes. And this water is so warm. Surprising. There we go. So this one, we've just weighed this one, and this one weighed in at £19. I made another mistake on the last one. It was actually 17.9, not 16.9, because I'm a boheathen. But yeah, this one's £19 on the button, checked and double checked. So I don't know if this fish is known or not, but I'm pretty confident, because the last common I had with the cyst on his tail was also 17.5, so I'm pretty sure that that common that I had just released is the common that I caught on my first session. So I think that's a recapture for me. But this £19 common is going to go back now. Goes. Time to get a PVA bag back on the middle rod and sling that out, and then some breakfast. Hello guys, so we're going to try something different. I've had a bite this morning, but there was nothing on the end. I'm not sure if it was a bit of a savage liner. So we're going to try something different, try and instigate a bite in this hot weather, because it's going to be like 21, 22 degrees today. So in here is sweet corn, some PVA bag pellets, some crushed, chopped, halved, whole boilies, and this is the mix that we're going to use the scoop, and we're going to scoop out in this bay here, and we're going to scoop at the end of the lilies. So we're going to get on with doing that and seeing if that'll instigate a bite. So on my last session, it was quite a struggle. We had some horrific weather, and then the day before the final night I spooned out what's going on there? Birds. I spooned out this exact mix, well, not exact mix, this mix, but instead of the Invasion boilies, the red ones, I used the decimates, but this time we're on the Invasion mix. And yeah, it instigated 2 bites, one in the night and one in the next morning, by piling quite a bit of this bait in. Even though it's spring, they're on the feed year, so you know they're close to spawning, so they're going to want to get a bit of grub in them before they do get ready for spawning. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over there and we're going to start shoveling some bait in, and see what kind of reaction we get. See you on the next update. Hello guys, so little update. My rods are currently out and have been for about 40 minutes. Nothing's really happening. There's a guy fishing the shallows the other end. There's a guy fishing the swim next to me. Nobody's having anything. I did do a bit of surface fishing earlier with some bread, because up the shallows there's loads of fish. Just cruising around, milling about, not really doing a lot. So yeah, I've decided to rest the swim for a couple of hours, and yeah, rest the swim for a couple of hours, let the fish come in on the bait that I put down. So this evening they're bound to drift back in this area, so that's when I'll flick out, just before I think they're going to move back in from the shallows up there, and they'll move along this sort of bank, and then they'll come back into this bay right here, and that's where I have my right hand rod, and then they'll also drift around the side there and they'll come into these lilies. But yeah, no, it's been dead quiet, so I want the fish to come back in, and it's going to be hopefully more productive tonight, being that my rods have been out, you know. The fish could have moved in, quick couple of flicks of bags that I've already pre-done, so they're ready to go. So I'm thinking, so what's the time now? It is 15:48, so it's 10 to 4, about 5 maybe. Or maybe just a little bit, yeah, about 5. We would have eaten food by then, so I'll flick them back out. But yeah, it's gonna be tough to keep them out. I know it's hard, like, you know, thinking, well, you're not going to catch a fish if you're baiting in the water, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to catch a fish anyway, so I would rather just have no lines in the water. There's 2 people fishing up there, in the middle of the lake and also right at the shallows, so if they're casting about and stuff like that and I'm not, and I've got no lines in the water, hopefully a couple of them will come down here to get away from the little bit of pressure that's up there, and realise that there's some food down here if they want it. If not, they can just cruise about, and then when the temperature drops a little bit and the fish drop a little bit, they will come across my sweet corn pellet and boilie mix. So that's the plan. Hopefully it will develop into getting some fish. But no, I'm really enjoying. It's been a lovely family trip so far. The big berthing tent there is quite the size, that is. That's been different because obviously I'm in the bivvy, but it's been, you know, a bit of a base camp here. We've got a bit of everything going. So having all that extra gear to bring down was a challenge. But my partner Celine is taking the boys home Sunday afternoon, and I'm staying Sunday night, and I'm going home Monday afternoon. So the final night and day I'll be doing on my own. And I'm pretty confident I'll still be in this swim. I mean, the fish were crashing about at the shallows today. Some nice sort of low to mid 20s bashing out. There was one that was really big. I didn't recognise him, but he was like a dark top, a mirror carp, really dark top, slightly lighter bottom half to him. Like a proper bronzy colour. He was really nice and really wide as well. So I'm going to have a look through the catch pictures to see if anybody's had a fish that matches that, but it looked 25 pound. So it'd be nice to get amongst a couple of fish like that. But you know, the biggest we've had this trip so far is a 19 pound common, which is lovely. But again, like I said in my last video, I'm not going to break a PB here or anything. It's just coming here to get some runs, to try out some bait, to try out some products, and yeah, just get some fish on the bank really. If I wanted some lumps, I'd be fishing other lakes, but you know, when you can't help it, you just want a nice tidy fish. So yeah, next update will be when I've decided to flick the rods out. I'll update you on where I've put them, what bait and rigs I've used, and yeah, we'll go from there. See you on the next update. Alright guys, so update. I've had the rods out for quite a few hours now. We've got fish crashing up in the middle of the lake. We've got quite a few bunched in the shallows, so we could be expecting a spawn tomorrow morning or something, but there are still a few fish crashing out here. They have moved down to the lily pads here around the centre of the lake. So we're just going to have some grub, just having burgers. And then the rods are out now, so I'll flip it. So we've got this rod is literally right on the edge of the lilies. It's right, can I get it right there? Like literally touching them. So that's locked up, hit and hold fishing, walking back when the bite happens, if it happens. And then, so my middle rod, I was fishing it out there earlier, and I had a liner on it, but that was about it. So because we've had some activity up here and a lot of fish have been up there earlier when I was doing a bit of floater fishing, I saw quite a few fish up there. They're going to slowly drift down over a period of time. So I'm hoping this middle rod that's gone out here towards that orange buoy will maybe pick up a fish that comes over. And then the old faithful right hander is literally by those reeds just there at the end of my finger there. That's where that is. All on PVA bags, all with different Midtown baits on them. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a couple more fish tonight. I'm not really expecting anything before sort of 10 PM. I expect doing another cast or maybe another 2 casts before I end up getting a bite, but we're going to keep an eye on the water. I've got somebody that can, obviously my missus, that can watch the rod, so I'm going to go for a quick walk up the top just to see if I can spot any spawning activity, because if that is the case, then we're out here. So it's only right for the fish that we leave them to it and let them do what they're designed to do, and do it in peace. So yeah, I'm going to go and see if they, apparently they have started drifting down already. I spoke to another member earlier and they have started to push down, so hopefully we can get amongst a few again tonight. But I've had 3 already, so I'm not overly fussed. It's still been a good trip, but I'm going to go and have a look anyway, and hopefully we can winkle out a couple more tonight. So, but yeah, basically the next update you'll have will be if I've got a fish or if morning comes. So yeah, See you on the next update. Hi guys, so a bit of an update. We've had a drama of a night tonight. So we had a £22 mirror before this fish, and then we've obviously had this fish which is £22.6 common. So we have a £22 mirror, £22.6 common, and this common has literally beasted me everywhere. It's wiped out the left hand rod, wiped out my right hand rod, and this was the middle rod caught out in open water quite far out into the lake. It was a hell of a run and it's just wiped everything out. So we've got early hours of the morning, we've got to redo all three rods because of this, but at £22.6 I can't say I mind. A hell of a hook hold too, right back in the gullet. He's a very angry fish. Look at that. Dorsal up. Very angry fish, not happy to be caught at all. Bit of a silt muncher inside his mouth's all black, so he's been feeding on the silt. Lovely colours. Nice to see one of the commons here that's pretty much perfect. Really nice fish. So, nice wake up call. So we'll flip it round and have a look at the other side. Fold that fin in. Angry. Yeah, absolute battle on this one. Real scrap. But yeah, won't be long and it'll be light. So we'll probably just we wouldn't be pushing the rules if we was to retain this one for just for a short while, just whilst that light comes up. But yeah, mega result. We've had a good session. This is fish number 5, I think. Everything we've landed so far. So yeah, brilliant session. Gonna get some pictures of this one, and then we got to reset all these rods back on the spots. So yeah, that's you won't be hearing from me now till morning. Unless we have another fish. Hi guys, so we didn't get any more fish after that brace of 20s yesterday, or early hours this morning even, but we've kept the common. Oh, which one was that? That was the middle rod. We kept the common, the last fish we had, just to have a look at it because it wasn't going to be long till it was light, so we're going to have a little look at it. What's nice about it is we've found that it's got an orange spot on its on the bottom of its chin and a little black spot, so it's easily identifiable for sure. But yeah, we're going to take a look at it. It was £22.6. It's very lively because it's been in the water for a while. £22.6 of angry common carp. What a beauty. It run me ragged. It, like I said on the last video, it wiped out all the rods. Oh, it wiped out all the rods. But what a chunk, eh? So we're going to get this one back. But what a session. One last look. Come on, coming back. Right guys, we're going to get on to the rigs that have been doing the business for me. So we'll start off. Here it is. Here's one of them. I've got different variations of a very similar rig, so we'll break through it bit by bit. Nice short piece of lead core leading down to inline lead that is running. So there's no beads, nothing on the end to stop it. If I have a break, that just simply slides off. From the stem, we've got a swivel inside there. Loop to that is a section of braid going down to the hook with a piece of shrink tube holding it on just there. And it's again a slip D version. So the hair is looped over the shank of the hook and the loop stops where the barb would start. It's got a bait screw on the end there with a Decimate Midtown Baits wafter. That's pretty much it. Goes straight in the bag. Nice supple hair so it doesn't all kink around and stay kinked. It can settle down, and then when a fish picks it up, sucks it straight in. There's no rigidity there to hinder that from doing its job. So that's the first one. Let's take a look at the next one. So I've fished a couple of types of those ones you've just seen. The next type then is a bit like this. Again, very similar, short piece of lead core to adhere to the rules of the lake. Inline that pops off the stem and comes away from the leader in the eventuality of a break. Again, short piece of braid, different material there. So the material I used there, well sorry, same material, but I done something different. I coloured that other one to fish on the dark bottoms. So a lot of here is really quite dark, so I just used a Sharpie, penned it up to make it dark to fish over the silt. However, I have had bites on both in similar areas. So here, instead of shrink tube, we have a kicker, a red kicker, and instead of it being a slip D, it's like kind of like a blowback version where it's got silicone on the shank there, and it's got a hair going through the wafter with a little fake pop-up maggot on the top as a boilie stop, and that kind of sits a bit like that on the lake bed. Hook flat, wafter just above it. So same principle, that can slide back and get out the way, and they've all been working, they've all been doing just as well. I do have one out there right now that's fished sort of a liner style, where it's like the shrink tube comes quite far down and the hair exits just before the end of the shrink tube, to make it quite more of an aggressive sort of hooking, give it more aggressive hooking properties. But that is pretty much the rigs, and they have been doing the do. Size 6 Fox straight shanked hook, which I use nearly all the time. A couple of my spinner rigs or 360 rigs or Ronnie rigs will have a curve shank pattern. I do like the curve shank patterns, but yeah, the wide gape hooks seem to be the ones I like the most. They're super sharp, super strong. None of them have sort of let me down. I did have a hook pull actually on my last session, but I'm not exactly sure what that was about, so I can't exactly blame that solely on the hook. But yeah, that's the rig that's been doing the business for me. I've had 5 bites, 5 fish on the bank using this sort of setup, and yeah, I will be continuing to use rigs just like this on any future sessions. Hello guys, welcome back. This is just a bit of an update. It's now 3:30, so nothing's happened since that £22.6 I think it was, common, early hours of this morning, but it's been baking hot. It's been like 22 degrees today, as it was yesterday, and we had nothing yesterday in the day. It's all been happening like late evening, through the night or early morning. So I've had 5 bites, 5 landed, from £17 up to like 22.5, or I can't quite remember what it was. I'm not sure if it was 22.6 or 22.9, but whatever. So it's just started raining, so that gives me a little bit of hope that we may have an earlier bite. I think the fish may push out of the shallows and come back down to this deeper bit of water. So yeah, just started raining. I got 1 rod in this bay just here. I've got the middle rod, which is, move you over, you can kind of see the slick. That dark bit of strip of water there is the slick off my bag, and then the left hand rod then is just off these lily pads there. Yeah, hopefully we'll have something a little bit earlier, if at all. Maybe this rain might switch them off. I really don't know. This is only my 2nd trip to the lake. So my first trip I had 5 bites, 4 fish, and in the day, if I remember rightly, in the day on the Saturday it was hammering down with rain, super windy, super cold, and I had nothing. I was having bites like between 9 and 11 o'clock at night, and then first light. But on the Friday when I arrived, it was just overcast and normal, and I had a couple of bites in the day. So I haven't caught in the rain here yet. I know rain can affect different lakes differently, but I'm hoping they switch on, because it's been baking hot. So they've all been up in the shallows, and a couple of people have been up there stalking. I was up there yesterday trying to do some floater fishing. They weren't biting at all. I put this sort of slow sinking bread bomb on top of this koi carp, probably mid to low double koi, and it sunk just past the lily pad, bounced off this fish's nose and just went in front of him like that, and nothing. And that's what made me think, they're going to spawn. But they haven't. There's been no crashing, no flipping. The fish have been moving about. They've been jumping out the water in different parts of the lake, predominantly the middle. But obviously early hours this morning they were down in this bay feeding and troughing and fizzing up. We had a brace of 20s out of there, a mirror and a common. So I'm kind of hoping that this rain won't last too long. It's not due to last too long, and I'm just kind of hoping that it'll bring something a little earlier than normal, you know. So I've got PVA bags again, still sticking with the PVA bags. They're working, so why not? I did flick a 360 rig on the middle rod earlier and I had a little bit of fish about and see if that could pick up a sort of stray fish, but to no avail. Things are looking and feeling good. Hopefully now they'll push out of those shallows into this deeper water here, and yeah, I'll hopefully be into something. So my missus and the kids have gone. They left around up this 1-2 o'clock, and I'm here till tomorrow afternoon, mid to late afternoon. So yeah, hopefully I've got time for a fish or 2 more. I'd imagine it would be either later this evening or first light at my sort of last chances, unless tomorrow in the day is overcast, but I'm not sure. The weather has been saying what it's going to be like, and then it's been a bit different, so we're changing last minute, so I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm going to leave the rods out. I've not long put them out. I wasn't too happy with the right hand rod and where it went. I was a little bit short. I'm not clipping up, it's only a short flick, but I run out of the small solid bag, so I'm using the large ones now, and I'm not filling them, I'm like half filling them, but there's still quite a weight on them, so I'm just having a little bit of an adjustment as to how hard I'm punching it out there. I probably fell half a rod length to 3/4 of a rod length short of where I really wanted to be, and I was a tiny bit too much to the right, but I know people say, oh, close enough is not good enough, but I'm not, my area is like a 15-foot circle. I'm not trying to land it on a dustbin lid on a hard gravel spot. It's all clear out there, and the fish, I've had bites from all different spots from within that bay, so it's not exactly like I got to clip up and be super accurate on horizon markers and all that. I just got to get it roughly where I've been putting some loose feed out as well, which, to be honest, I'm not sure is there. So I put some down yesterday, and then early hours this morning I had 2 takes, so maybe they've troughed it up, I don't know. I might, if I haven't had another bite now by sort of 8-9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I'll probably flick a couple of spoonfuls of corn and boilie over that spot. Let's just spread it around. But yeah, just wanted to update you and tell you exactly where I'm at in the session now, how long I got left, and what my plans were. So unless I get a fish or a run or anything to report, you'll probably see me first thing in the morning, but hopefully we'll see you a little bit sooner with a nice carp. So I know there's a couple more beauties that I want from you. Jagger's one of them, two-tone's one of them. They're not massive fish, but they're the 18 for this particular lake, so I'd like to get amongst them. I have had apples from here, and I've had a fish called the big lin, so that's alright considering I've only been here twice. But no target fish this session. I've had a couple of 20s, but no named 18 list fish, whether they're like unique or just bigger than the average in here, I don't know. But yeah, we'll soon see what the evening brings. See you soon. Hey guys, so the session's drawing to a close now. It's now Monday morning, 9 o'clock, and the night just gone was uneventful, which was a big surprise to me. I was kind of thinking I'd get a fish in the night or in the morning, or maybe even a couple more fish. Nothing. Totally dead. Was seeing crashing yesterday whilst talking to one of the bailiffs, Mike, but then it just kind of switched off. I haven't seen a fish jump today, not early hours this morning, nothing. Haven't seen anything to go off. My spots have been quite quiet, so I've kind of made a plan of attack. I'm going about 1ish today, a little earlier than originally planned. So I redone my rods at 8 o'clock. I let the early morning sort of play out just in case I was being a bit impatient or something. And then I've reflicked them back on the usual spots in the bay, out in open water next to the lilies. PVA bags again, 2 of them are on slip Ds with little bait screws and wafters on the top, Midtown Baits Decimate wafter and a Midtown Baits Invasion wafter. And then I've put a Decimate wafter on the middle rod, topped with a couple of pieces of corn, and fired that on the middle on a PVA bag too. But I put that quite a bit further than I normally would. Again, there's nobody on the lake, so I can cut through a couple of swims, and if somebody was to turn up, I'd just reel in straight away. But it doesn't really matter because there's nothing showing. So my plan is to leave these now another hour till about 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to reel in, and I'm going to go for a walk up the shallows. If I can see some fish cruising about on the surface, I'll take a little floating rod, and then if I don't see any fish on the surface, or might just see 1 or 2, not something that's not worth floater fishing for, I will take my rods up there, just my rods, net and my mat, and I'll flick a couple of bags out just for the remaining. Oh, and as we've said, that fish has just flipped up there, just seen a fish flip. So yeah, I'll fish a couple of bags up there just for the remainder of the session. So probably from about 10:30 to sort of just before 12, I'll have the PVA bags out, and then I'll come back down and I'll just flick the rods out just randomly. for the remaining hour whilst I'm packing up camp. But yeah, we're probably looking at that's it now. Probably no more fish. This trip I haven't caught a fish. I don't think I've caught a fish in the actual daytime. It's been like an hour before first light and then early hours of the morning. So yeah, I can probably say I won't get another one. But that's okay. We've had 5 fish. It's a little run through. I'll put some pictures at the end, but I will do a final update when I'm packing down, just to let you know what happened with fishing up there, if I do decide to go up there. If I get any interest or any bleeping or any fizzing down here, I'll stay here. But yeah, I'll do one more update after this just to explain what's gone on, and then at the end I'll put the pictures of the fish up. So I think I've had I think it's a 17 mirror, I can't quite remember now, 17 pound mirror, 17.5 pound common, followed by a 19 pound common. But that 17.5 pound was that recapture I was telling you about. Yeah, so I had the 19 pound common, and then not last night, the night before, I had that brace of 20s, 22 pound mirror, which was an absolute stunning fish. And then the biggest of the trip then, which was the last fish I caught, which was 22 pound 6, and that was the one with that orange and black spot on its chin. Perfect, pristine common. And then obviously nothing from that point on. So I've had a nice session. I've had 5 lovely fish. Super happy with them. Yeah, it's a shame I haven't caught last night, but it's not like I'm going home on a blank, so I'm quite happy. Yeah, so I've got one more session left, and that is going to be sometime next month. I haven't set it in stone yet or know exactly when I'm going to be doing it, but it is going to happen. I do have one more session before my baby comes. I've decided I'm not going to fish in July. So that's why I've only got one more. I just want to be home, so if the missus goes into labour, I can take her straight down to the hospital and just generally be there for her. I think that's the right thing to do. Family first. So yeah, next month's my last session. I'm going to try and do an actual film like I did on my previous session, rather than just vlogging. Like, you know, I know people love to see the battles and stuff. Obviously that is something I wasn't able to do on this trip. Didn't have a cameraman, wasn't going to get my missus up, even though she did come up for a few of the fish just to see them and whatever, and Jack also came out to see one of the fish, but it's not right to have her up all that time doing all that filming. So the next trip I am going to try and do a proper film, get every battle recorded, try and maybe get some takes recorded and stuff like that, and get into the nitty gritty. But I thought I'd settle with a vlog today for this session, and I'm glad I did, because it's still, you know, even though random people might not be into these types of vlogs, people that do fish here will be. They will like to look at what fish are coming out, where they've come from, a quick video, quick video of the fish on the bank, so you can see the condition, see what it, how it looks. And generally it's a way of local anglers keeping in touch with the lake when they're not able to come out and fish, or if they fished and not caught, or fished and caught different fish. It's nice just to have a good look at what's coming out. And there's not many videos on YouTube of the Pluck. I think I found 2 before coming here. I only found 2 videos, and just those 2 videos were helpful. One from South Wales Carper, and another one from Dan from Swansea Carp and Course. There were a couple of other videos, but they weren't about fishing. They were just about the lake more than anything, and a quick video on stocking and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as actually fishing, there was only 2 videos that I could find anyway, and they were helpful. They showed me, Dan pulled out a 20 pound common carp, which that was really nice to see. Showed me that there was some 20s in here.
South Wales carp, he caught a couple as well. That was also nice to see, just to see a couple of different fish, to see the lake fishing and to see actual anglers on the bank doing the do, you know. So yeah, I'm glad I vlogged this session. The next session and the final session, I'm really hoping to get a film. And for all I know, like I've been liking this peg, being that it's a small lake. I feel confident just to get in a peg that I've caught from before and get the fish to come to me. Now I know the fish come down this end of the lake in the night. Shallow over there, there's a really cold water inlet over there, and I know in the night they come down here. So, you know, I'm happy just to come in this peg, but if this peg's full next time I come, then I will explore other options. I got the spit peg just to my left, which is another popular peg, commands a bit of the middle of the lake, so, you know, when fish go from here to there, they've got to go through you, and when they go from there to here, they've got to go through you. So throughout the day, you're having fish travelling past your spots twice, you know, opposed to being here where they'll just come to me in the night and then leave in the morning. And then you've got the bank, the far side, and we can take a look at that. Oh, got to open the slider. So you got the bank, the far side, and that starts from this, you know, this bay here, and it goes all the way. It's just a nice straight bank, and it goes all the way up to the shallows. And I know a few people bivvy up by that log just there. And then you've got a bit of the open water to fish into. We've got a little friend here, look. You've got a bit of open water to fish into there. So I will explore other options and stuff like that, and I will I'd be more than happy to do that. Yeah, we'll see what that session brings, but for now I think I'm just gonna switch off, wait for the final hour, and then you'll hear from me on the next update as to what I've done, whether I've stayed or gone up to the shallows to fish. And like I said, I will put pictures of all the fish at the end, because I didn't get any footage of that 22-pound mirror. It kind of just slipped my mind, the carnage of it, a bit sleepy. We took some pictures and that, and I just slipped it back. It was absolutely exhausted. I'm still tired now. So yeah, we'll put some pictures up and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll see you on the next episode.